When we think of engineers, we think of people who design advanced software, build rockets, or solve real-world problems with technology. I am a software engineer, and when I joined college, I genuinely believed that when I graduated, I'll be able to join firms like Microsoft and Google. But here's the uncomfortable question we need to ask. The question is, are we actually producing enough quality engineers in India? Every year, India produces 1.5 million engineering graduates, which is huge. Yet, recent reports suggest that only a small fraction is ready for core quality engineering roles in their first year. The rest are either underskilled or just not have the skills to perform core quality engineering jobs. This video is not about blaming our students. It's about questioning an education system which keeps selling huge number of engineering degrees without delivering the core engineering skills. The first problem is scale. See, over the past few decades, India massively expanded access to engineering education. You might be knowing the hubs of engineering colleges in Gurgaon, in Greater Noida, or Indore. Especially after the emergence of IT in the 2000s, capitalists found an opportunity. New colleges were built and engineering became not too hard to get into for students. Now, this part sounds good and is viable also, but quality did not scale at the same speed as the number of engineering colleges. We increased the number of seats far faster than we improved the faculty quality, lab infrastructure, and most importantly, curriculum relevance. In simple terms, we scaled access faster than we scaled excellence. The result, millions of engineers, but far fewer job-ready engineers. The second major reason has been identified repeatedly by industry bodies. India's engineering curriculum changes and adapts far too slowly for a fast-moving industry. In many engineering colleges, especially Tier 2 and Tier 3 institutions, course syllabi are logged for long periods, often 5 years or more. But why does this happen? Because most colleges do not control their own curriculum. They follow centrally approved university-level syllabi. Updating this syllabus requires multiple academic approvals, which makes the system slow by design. Now compare that with how fast technology moves. In the IT industry, technology cycles today are too fast. Cloud computing, AI, data engineering, and automation are evolving rapidly. But many students still graduate with a curriculum designed for an earlier tech era. And this gap has officially been acknowledged. India's own education policy has pointed out the rigidity in curriculum and weak industry alignment, and has called for faster, more flexible curriculum updates. And this is very different from countries like United States and China, where colleges have much more autonomy. Courses are updated frequently, often every year. In a fast-changing environment, especially in software, AI, cloud, and data, slow curriculum updates don't just delay learning. They create a broad skill gap. The third problem we need to discuss is the lack of experienced teachers in our engineering colleges. Many teachers have very little real industry experience, especially in Tier 2 and Tier 3 colleges. And this is not just my personal observation. Many reports have pointed out to the fact that many colleges struggle to hire and retain enough experienced faculty. Most colleges focus on degrees and certificates while hiring teachers. Actual industry experience comes second while hiring these engineering faculties. And what is missing? There is not enough collaboration between industry and academics. There should be some joint workshops of colleges with the corporates so that the teachers could be made aware of the rapidly evolving changes in the industry. Otherwise, with the current solitary structure of the Indian engineering education system, students spend 4 years learning from people who may have never worked on real engineering problems. There is another reason why we do not have enough quality faculties in our engineering colleges. The reason is that India spends way too less on research and development when we compare it to other countries like China and the United States. That means we offer fewer incentives or salaries for teachers to do research, fewer industry collaborations, and fewer chances to stay updated with real-world technology. So what happens inside the classroom? Teaching slowly has become more about finishing the syllabus instead of building the core engineering understanding. Students memorize definitions, they write the exams and they pass. But they rarely see how engineers actually think, how they build and how they innovate. And that's why many students graduate knowing the little theory and struggle to apply that little theory also into real world applications. And here's the final disconnect. Colleges certify the knowledge, companies hire capabilities. There's no strong feedback loop between the two. Colleges don't know what the industry actually needs. The industry assumes colleges will fix the basics. Students fall in between with a degree in hand and uncertainty ahead. So when we say that Indian engineers are not employable, what we really are saying is this. India has an engineering education system that works pretty well for the top 10 to 15% in the IITs and the NITs and works very poorly for the remaining majority. So this is part of my series on India's economic reality, on jobs, education, money and future. If you like such videos, please do like and subscribe to my channel so that you do not miss the next video. See you in the next one. Thank you.